On the table today, we are going to work on a most complicated build model of Penny the RV from Plants vs. Zombies fame. Hey everyone, this is Squirrel Stampede and I am Dan. Thank you much for joining in today as we have a very interesting, intricate model of Penny to construct. She's quite the feature, 933 pieces. It might as well be 9,000. She's pretty complicated of a build, but looks terrific, and there's a lot of surprises inside, so you don't want to miss the surprises inside Penny. So let's begin the build of a most complicated but extremely beautiful Plants vs. Zombies model.
Squirrel Stampede!
And starting the build of our Plants vs. Zombies Penny RV, the brand is Goody. Goodeye? Never built with this one before, I don't believe. It feels a little more on par with Lego, maybe? An off-brand Lego? Not sure how brand of off it is. Found over on Amazon. Instruction booklet's pretty solid though. Well, this one's pretty dinged up. It came crammed in a box with these bags of pieces and no official box. But I've seen way worse with instructions, so we'll go with that. And our first bag 1 of pieces and several bags inside. Lots of pieces with this first build. We're gonna do some character builds first. Some pea shooters, some winter pults, some cherry bombs, lots of fun stuff in there. This may have been the same series I built from with the Gargantuan Prime, I think. We'll see as we go along. Pretty interesting pieces. They don't look too bad. They don't look too crummy. I think they'll work okay. So let's get this build going away. Is it smart to build on a swimming pool? I guess we'll find out. Oh, look at there. Translucent brick separator. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I can't find it. That's a weird brick separator. Let's build a few zombies. Okay, these zombies are really hit or miss. I've got one constructed and looks pretty good once constructed and actually fairly good brick quality. I love the large scale zombie head on this one with the eyes. The challenge though is getting those eyes installed. See, with this face piece I've got the eyes on there, but then I'm having great difficulty getting the back head piece to smash on nice and smooth. So I'm gonna take some time on that one. And same with this one, both of them are really challenging. Got the body of this one placed together and I might just have a 1-foot zombie. Oh wait, there it is. That's a relief. I've got 3 zombie bodies. I just have to get those heads to function. Let's build some plants now. Okay, the plants have been constructed. We'll start with Peashooter, obviously the most recognizable and possibly the trickiest as you have to pay attention to instructions. I had its stem upside down and then all of a sudden I could not get its body apart and I was really worried. But somehow I was able to fully build the Peashooter and it shoots. We've got a little lever, leaf lever on the back. Is this a repeater or what is the double popper? And there we go. We shot a 1. Oh, you could call it 2, right? Those could be 2 pea pods, right? So there we go. Not bad. Not a bad little build. First little good size build of a pea shooter popper. Then we've got a mushroom. Is this a glow shroom? This looks like the tiny one that you pick up a little sunlight energy from. Forgot the exact name, but it's a really tiny little extra piece. We've got the cherry bombs here. They were a fun build. Nice little display stand for them too. And each side as grumpy as ever. And a winter melon pult. Nice melon pult. Probably the easiest of the 4 builds there, well, besides the mushroom. We've got a nice little catapult, and I think it'll work by pressure there, just kind of giving it a little bit of a press there. Only one ice ball to shoot and lose, but I think we got them built pretty well. Now, back to the zombies. I figured them out. What had happened is these eyes that fit inside, they only go a certain direction. I had one of them correct, and 2 of them I had to pop out and flip around. They only go in a certain direction. You'll know because they instantly fit deeper down into the skull. So we've got some accessories to deck these out. Let's give this one a traffic cone zombie look. And we'll give this one a bucket. Always a very tough zombie to defeat. And our final zombie has the flag. I think we need a sticker here. Number 20. Only half of the sticker provided. And so there, our zombies are completed, thankfully. It was a little touch and go there for a minute. Surprisingly, the quality of these, not too bad. They exceed what we saw with Connects years ago because things aren't falling apart on them. Things are holding together pretty well. And the likeliness is pretty good too. They're gonna be fun builds to work into Penny here. And so now we can begin the construction with bag 2 for Penny, the RV futuristic truck mobile. And constructed the undercarriage of Penny. Always a challenge doing anything off-brand of Lego. The instructions never flow as easy. I had a lot of trouble on the deep undercarriage and then a lot of trouble up front. Finally getting everything to fit in the right location, hopefully. I'm not sure yet. We'll see as we go on to the third bag. Brick quality, though, again, is not too bad. I've built with worse brick. So let's move on to bag 3, and I think it'll start to look more like Penny in just a minute. Well, we're starting to get a little closer to getting the build to look like Penny, but boy oh boy was this back section really weird in how it was constructed, especially in the instructions. Felt like we were building it backwards many a time, and I'm really surprised that it's actually holding together in the way that some of these pieces are lined up. And then the front was a challenge. I had some issues there, but I think we got it going. Opening and closing front hood there, which I really like. I think that's pretty cool. I think we can store plants in there or something like that. So we move on to the fourth bag where we will work on the back end over here. So who knew that all of this, the Plants vs. Zombies backyard, is inside Penny? What is this? One of those Russian dolls where it just keeps unfolding? So maybe there's a penny on this, and then inside Penny, another field, and then inside that field, another penny, and inside Penny, another field, and inside that field, another penny, and then inside that penny, another field, and this just goes on and on and on. Well, I keep thinking the stage bags will get easier, but this was probably one of the toughest. Again, it doesn't help that the instructions kind of layer things together and you start looking at the wrong side, but there we have 2 foldable wings with horrible stickers placed over on top of the brick. Always the worst thing ever. They're just layered over. And then just the way these beams come together, they're not exactly solid. There's going to be some drafts in there, so it's going to be a very drafty RV. But there's more to build. We're going on to bag 5, and I think things will finally really come together in bag 5. Getting closer, more resembling an RV now. I did not expect this build to be this large though. I really thought it was going to be half the size, which is funny because I did see some of the images of the characters inside when this pulls open. But what a large RV. This is like 3 or 4 times the size that I ever dealt with when doing episodes. I just used a simple Lego RV, which is 1/3 of this size. So now bag 6 is pretty much the best favorite part, I believe. This is where you get to place all the scientific junk and attachments on top of Penny, really decking her out looking awesome. So let's finish up this build and check her out. And constructed we have Dave's RV Penny. Hey, where's Dave? Pretty unbelievable, but this model of Penny here is to scale with a crazy Dave figurine. Certainly more challenging than I ever thought in construction. A lot of pieces went into this kind of clunky build, but I think that fits the theme a little bit. What a colorful build. We've got the RV of Penny on 4 wheels, rolling nice and smooth and steady. We have all sorts of flutter, clutter everywhere. We have Penny's cow skull head up top. Crazy Dave's inventions here and there. 57 Chevy back wings. Again with the opening and closing trunk up front for storage, very nice. Opening and closing driver and passenger side doors. A small snack stand over onto this side. Looks a little crooked, something's going on, there we go. Medical help sign. Just everything you would expect to see from Penny. Just huge! Even bigger than my Lego 3-in-1 house build, which is not really associated with Plants vs. Zombies. I just think it looks pretty similar and close. Pretty challenging build though. If I was an 11-year-old self, I think I would be bawling my eyes out, as pieces and things are often flying off. It's kind of all in how the instructions build this thing. It's pretty ridiculous. Sometimes things are built backwards to how you would typically see things built. But kind of once you get in the groove, it's okay. Things come together. The brick quality, not horrible. Again, I've seen way worse brick quality, so that kind of helps out. If this was the brick quality of some of the Among Us builds, I think I would have gone crazy. So let's take a look at the surprise feature of the back end of Penny. This is something you didn't really need to have done, but they did it, and so now it's been done. But I think to get this to be done, actually this is the first time I'm trying this, so watch out, pieces are gonna fly. We can now hinge up the cover roof piece. Oh, so far so good. I just really expected things to fly. When you're pressing down these hinges, it just doesn't feel right. But we can lift this up now. And now we can lift down these side panels, I hope. Starting with the back. Kind of interesting, they did not use this back thruster as maybe like a little table stand. It just kind of more rests up against this vanity plate, which has popped off a few times. Let's take that off real quick. Okay, there we go. I had just replaced the vanity in wrong. So it does rest more down, but it doesn't really still... This could land on its thruster. That would have been better. I might do some mods on that. And then we should be able to pop down our sides. Whoa, that didn't sound good. I just took out a lot of the coverings. I wonder why that happened in that way. I'm pretty sure I built everything correctly. It's bumping up against these little flag hanging things here. Yeah, that's kind of poor design. I don't know what happened there. I'm pretty sure I built it correctly. But that's with our wings down. Perhaps maybe we're just supposed to remove the whole roof, but there we go that way. So I guess that's what you were supposed to do, is remove the whole roof. Although we do have a hinge system to raise it up and show all these signs. Easily fixable though. Now we're in the backyard. Crazy that this is in the back here. Who would have ever expected to see this? We can lower these panels down a little bit. I'm not really sure which end is the protection end. I suppose if we go back this direction... Watch out, house. We can then drop in our plants. There's the winter pult, pea shooter, and cherry bomb protecting the house. And I can't forget our mushroom. And then the zombies would slowly be coming in. This is just very odd and weird. I don't really expect to ever display or use it for this way. I mainly wanted this to see what a complete Penny brick build model would look like. So this is just one way of play. Pretty clunky in the way this all constructed too. I could have lived without all of this. I would have been fine with just maybe the back end opening and using it for storage for the characters, because there's going to be other buildable sets that deal with the house and the front yard. You don't need it inside Penny. So kind of an interesting deal. Increases the length of build by about an hour or two because it is so complicated. Okay, so I'm going to try and get this back to how it was. And this over here is interesting. I'm not exactly sure what this is. It's some sort of stand for all the different plant foods maybe. You might be able to take these off this top here and place them down and make a little market stand. But I do like these little signs here. They turned out pretty well. I can't translate them. I'm assuming they're plant food or various foods that Penny may sell. I see the frog here. That looks really familiar. There's ice, fire, I don't know, a fuzzy green grass glob, and some fertilizer maybe? It's just kind of an interesting thing that isn't explained very well. Alright, let's see if I could somehow rebuild this without destroying it. Lift the wings back up, and this back will snap into place. And then to repair our roof, I've already got purple there, so I'm going to want to place in the canopy interlocking pink and purple next. And then hopefully we can lock this back down with a little breakage. Okay, I think we're okay. Looking closer, I've got a lot of brick here and there that is not completely sandwiched together. I don't know if it was just the poor brick quality, then it just kind of came back out as I was building other things. Again, the undercarriage of this vehicle is really quite complicated in how they constructed it. The sequence of its construction made for a really challenging build. Starting from the bottom all the way up. It's a challenging build. I would say 14 and up, unless you are just a champion builder younger. It's quite complicated. But what a build, what a model. There's so much detail. We even have a harpoon above the driver's door. We have fire extinguishers here and there, horns up top, great looking headlights. A little annoying again how the stickers go over some brick. Never a fan of that. I don't know why I placed down this sticker. This is a silly sticker. It's over the door to make it look like a window, but it's actually a clear piece. So you kind of gotta pick and choose where and if you want to use some of the stickers. Looking inside, it pretty much is to scale to an action figure of Crazy Dave's minifigure scale here. That's just amazing. I don't think this scale is really going to fit inside because his legs don't bend. I guess we can lay him down in there somehow. Yeah, that actually almost works. That's pretty funny. I think it's too bad we did not get a scalable Crazy Dave figure for this build. I think I almost would have preferred that over the plant builds, to have a Crazy Dave figure included. This figure is obviously not included. It came with a Zomboss comic book pack a few years back. But wow, what a model of Penny here. I'm really quite impressed. I've heard from some people it's okay to kind of glue some of these off-brand build brick sets together, making them a little easier to work with. That might be something to do, although that would probably take about 5 weeks. The bricks are snug, I like it, it's a great display model, and I like these zombies. These are great zombie minifigures. They turned out pretty well once I figured out how they go together. I don't know how they're standing in the pool. The winter melon was a nice touch, and so was the repeater cherry bomb. And we can't forget our little mushroom right there. So excellent, fun, crazy off-brand build. Found it on Amazon for a while there. It pops up and goes. I enjoyed the build and it will work perfectly with my Plants vs. Zombies collection. So there is what's inside Penny's RV. Pretty crazy build. I enjoyed it, except for my fingers are screaming, as off-brand always seems to do that for some reason. If you liked today's video, please give us a squike, a squirrelibe, and a squammet. What was your favorite feature of Penny? What should I build next for Plants vs. Zombies? There's always interesting things out there. Maybe right here, or one of these, I don't know. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. That's what I have to say about that.